Maximus Analysis here for April 29th, 2016, and we're looking at the ES on the weekly time frame. We have our break of our 2058.50 level. We got all the way down to, I believe, 2045, actually 75. Then they rallied a little bit into the close. Again, probably more short covering just into the weekend. Let's look at the 15. And you can see that they ran up into the close, but they were going sideways for a long time. And yesterday we had some huge volatility, which again we traded sideways. And I try not to put too much Elliott wave stuff on this, but you can see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lower high broke down. Now we have to kind of see what they do going into next week, because again I'm looking more on the weekly time frame, and I'm just letting you guys know from now I have no problem being a little late into trades, especially looking at these lows which have held. I have no problem being a little bit late into the SPY put or the IWM put or something like that. Well, I wouldn't be buying puts on this Apple and stuff like that because it's already done. Like, I think that there's probably a little squeeze left for them to, but I potentially think Apple will go to 87. But continuing with this, we finally get a break and close under a previous low. It was 2058 here. This came up to be 2058.5, basically the same level. So we'll see how they look on Sunday night, if they gap up or gap down. Now, a break of this 2045.75 level, of course, we put our stop either above this high or above this high, see what happens, because again, you have your three lower highs, so this move could be very quickly, and we'll continue to watch that. Again, it hit the 2048 level and kind of broke back, and we'll look and continue to watch this. NQ, we want to see, this probably is one of the worst looking ones, because we then have on the NQ weekly, we have a lower high, break of consolidation, and close below. Like, they didn't even fight back all the way up to here, which again could have showed a potential squeeze, but they haven't showed anything yet. We'll continue to watch on the daily and weekly for NQ just to see if they even pop back a little bit for short. But this is not a bull sign right here. It looks like they're getting to these highs, which are around 4,300, and they need to hold them in a major way. YM just needs to hold 17,500, excuse me. I'm not really watching this one that much, quite honestly. What I want to show you guys is actually CL. It came to our level that we posted yesterday, okay, 46.12 level, right there. Where did it close? 40, what? It closed at 46, so about 12 ticks away. Want to see a hold of this low, or at least this low here, coming back to these lows around 44.70, 44.80. Okay, we're in overbought territory right now. So again, the retracement, I want to hold this $40 level if it comes back. And again, it could just retrace for more upside. I'm not saying it's a bearish position at all, even with the weekly, but we just have to continue to watch the price action accordingly. So I want you guys to follow me on this one. I'm just going to look at a pretty count starting from this low. So you start, come on, let me see if I can get it. Hold on just for a second. Let me see if I can get it right. All right, let's start the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have 5 waves up into this level. Just take the profit. I'm not saying it's going to break all the way down here or even to this trend line, but just don't be a pig. Just take some profits, because again, they can roll easily into this. And if we look on the higher time frame, we can see on the weekly that it's a retracement, but it's still into previous levels. So we'll continue to watch that one as well. So let's look at some names here, and we'll start with Tesla. Tesla actually sold off today about $7, and the reason why we're watching this is because of how the volume has been setting up over the past couple of weeks. The volume here is really high on this one candle, and it was declining every week, and now you get a sell signal below. Just want to see if it comes back and tests that 200 day mark. Then this is just, again, this broke this trend line or is coming to retest it, still puts it down there. So want to really watch this one, because again, I know there's a lot of hedge funds holding that, and it's year end for a lot of them for the end of this month, so they might dump it. And if they don't, again, we have earnings on May 4th, I believe. This is a hell of a move up with this exhaustion volume here. I just don't know if they have any more volume to push it basically up to these levels. So just continue to watch that. Again, if it's too close to earnings, don't mess with it. But there's something kind of curious. I was kind of like, looking on the daily, it looks a lot worse. But just want to see if they're going to hold these highs, and if they don't, what's going to happen. We'll continue to watch that one as well. Price line was up on the daily at 26 bucks, and then basically on high volume gives you a hammer situation here. Weekly, again, another one I think is going to have earnings next week. I don't know where this one, the weekly, goes, because again, you have this wedge, it broke down and get right back in it. I didn't even have to change these numbers, but let's see if they break up. Of course, they have 1400 and above, maybe to probably 1500. It ain't gonna be all this week, but it definitely could do that. So we'll continue to watch that one as well. Next, we have Facebook. And Facebook on the daily, you can see the huge gap up continuing. I'm just telling you right now, in regards to the weekly, this better not get below 116.21. Just watching it, watching the volume, seeing if this is the volume that's going to start again or it's at the end of the move. If you look at similar volume from this low right here, high volume usually ends at high volume. You didn't get that high volume to stop. High volume here, we got to see what happens next week. Again, if they take a lot of this candle back, we'll continue to watch it for both sides, because it's just been that type of market. So I'm just trying to give as many different perspectives as possible, because yesterday was one of those days that you kind of understand why I try to give the flexibility. But last but not least, we will look at Amazon. Amazon up, chucked in the air. The upside could be 750, but let's look at the weekly time frame to kind of go through things. So upside, again, high volume. Upside, break above here, I think 750 is your mark. Okay, but we just want to keep looking at this volume. High to stop it is this high to close it. High to start it, high to, well, it faded up a couple of weeks. So just looking at these high volume nodes and saying, okay, they started and stopped things, or started, stopped. Where are we now? And just make sure you're looking at, again, a break of 600. Forget it. I'm back on the short side of this, but right now I'll let it do, it's going to do what it's going to do. So take care. Have a great weekend. A lot of fireworks here. Protect capital, and understand you could be late. Again, you don't have to be the first one out the foxhole. And we'll continue watching them. Take care.